Hey YouTube, this is Kevin Boland of Boland Small Engine, and today we'll be working on an LTX1040. Guys, I want to start off by saying that this is probably my least favorite engine that Kohler makes. I am a huge fan of Kohler engines. I love them, I really do. The Commands were excellent engines. They held up very well, so long as you were, diligent about putting oil in them and changing it regularly the way you're supposed to, just like basically with any engine. But Kohlers are actually my favorite. Howsoever, I got to say something about this particular Kohler. This is a Kohler Courage 19 horsepower. When they built these engines, they done a piss poor job of making the valve cover. They also done a piss poor job of making the valve cover gasket because they made it out of cork. Now, of course, we go to service schools, and I'll tell you what they tell us. They actually tell us to use silicone to adhere these valve covers on, just like Briggs do. But I got to be honest, even with the silicone, you run into issues because the valve cover is so big and there's so much vibration in this engine that over time the silicone will even seep. What I want to show you is this, though. If you look, you'll see why I'm dogging this engine so bad. Do you see where the oil seepage is coming from around this cork gasket? Right here's the cork. I'll lift this up out of the way. You can actually see the cork right there. See how it's been crushed? No, guys, I did not do this. This is something that came from, I'm assuming the factory like that. I don't think the lady's ever had her hands into it, but anyway, just wanted to note that to you guys. The reason that she brought this lawnmower, though, isn't for a complaint about the valve cover. It's actually because there's slippage that she believes is coming from the transmission. She said that she'd replace the belts, and of course I know she's telling me the truth, because as you can see, those belts are in wonderful shape. Nothing wrong with those belts at all. Howsoever, if you look, there is a V-idler there. That V-idler isn't supposed to be there. It's actually supposed to be a flat idler, and that belt is supposed to lay within that flat idler. Unfortunately, these belts do not, and they're actually made this way from factory. I do not know why they would ever take a belt that's flat. Okay, if you look, you'll see that belt's flat on its inside and put it on a V-idler like that. I do not understand that. I think that's probably one of the stupidest things that Cub Cadet ever done. I've also seen this on Troy build. So this really isn't a surprise to me. It's just something that I wanted to show everyone else out there on YouTube. That if you have one of these mowers and this top belt keeps kicking itself off, you might want to look at that pulley. And basically, you can go about buying another pulley, but I'll be honest, you're just going to have the same situation. What actually happens over time, if you look, you'll see that bracket that's underneath that the pulley's connected to. It can bend. They're pretty well flimsy. They're not what I would consider the best quality. But honestly, if I was going to seek blame, I would probably say it's because of that V-idler. More often than not, when I'm at work, we change the V-idler over to a flat idler, and we may even put a piece of steel across that top. Just a little flat piece of steel to come over and connect against this piece right here. I'm trying to zoom in. Right here. So you can see the top of that bolt. We'll just put a little flat piece of steel over to this side as well. That way the belt can't actually come off. I'll explain later. I'll actually make the bracket and I may post it. But just wanted you guys to know that if you're having issues where your belts are slinging off on these particular type of engines, there's two options. I'll probably, like I said, put a flat idler on it and put that little piece of steel up there. But I just wanted everyone to see this so they know what to look for.